When we're talking about removing the paper from your template, some people get really worried that they're going to damage their stitches. And I have to tell you, because we're back stitching, we've really protected our stitches. We shouldn't have any stitches popping out or anything like that. If you experience that, it's entirely possible that you may have some thread that is not treating you nicely. You may need to work with a different kind of thread for your paper piecing. But most threads are going to stand up beautifully to paper piecing, so that shouldn't even be an issue. So to get started with removing the paper from this particular part of the template, what I would do is I would look for a piece of paper that's sticking out like so. Something that's got a little bit of poof to it. That's a piece of paper that's ready to come off. All I would do is fold the piece of paper back, score it either with my finger presser or my fingernail, and remove it. It comes off very easily because at this point it wants to come off. It's perforated so much that it's ready to just pop off. Now here, my 5 section, it looks like it's still pretty secure here where I just removed that paper. If I stick my fingernail underneath, I'm not applying any pressure at all. I'm just really putting my finger underneath like it's a tunnel. I can do the same thing over here where 5 and 7 meet. Sticking my finger underneath, and you hear it kind of perforate a little bit. Makes a cute noise. Then I'll fold it back, score it with a fingernail or a finger presser, and do the same thing. Comes right off. I'll go ahead and show you the 4 as well as the 1. The 1 is the only one that can sometimes be tricky because if you recall, we used a dab of glue there. So again with the 4, I just stuck my fingernail underneath to lift it up. I'm folding it back. And I'm just continuing on sort of in the order that I pieced these. I started at 6, then I did 5, then I did 4. Now I'm here in the middle where I started. Now, like I said, we used a dab of glue to hold this particular piece of fabric in place. So this one might be a little bit more finicky to get off. Usually, glue doesn't hold on all that long. So if this is the next day, perhaps, that you're removing your paper, it should come off very easily. All I'm doing is sticking my finger underneath the paper and pushing toward the number 2 section to remove any residue of that glue. It just pops right off, no big deal. We fold it on back and you'll see that little, just a tiny bit of teal there from that fabric, or turquoise I should say. And we remove that as well. Once we get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of our papers off, and you'll see the more that you remove, the easier the remaining pieces become. We only have 2 more pieces left to go, and they should lift up really easily. Just like so. If it starts to rip, don't worry. If a little piece of paper sticks to your finished block, don't worry, no one will ever know, and chances are once it goes through the washing machine, it will dissolve. And then for our number 8 piece, we just kind of stick our finger in there to make it lift up beautifully. And we've now removed the paper from one entire section. For the time being, I recommend that you wait until you've got your finished block sewn together to remove your paper templates. The paper is securing your paper and your foundation in place, keeping your fabrics from moving. It's very helpful when you're trying to line up seams. It keeps those seams from wobbling or wiggling at all.